It is day 4 of Vlogmas. It is Monday. I love Mondays and the start of a fresh new week. I didn't really finish my Sunday reset yesterday. It was a really busy day. I got a lot done, but there were a few lingering things left from my Sunday reset that I want to do this morning. I've already started to try to finish up folding all the laundry. That didn't get done. And I didn't set up my weekly pages in my planner and just make my lists for the week, which is really important. I have a lot of things going on this week, and if I don't make a list and write a few things down, I will just feel pushed and pulled in so many directions, and I just need to keep on top of what's happening this week. I feel like there's just a lot. Today is Camden's birthday. We have a whole bunch of appointments this week and things to do to get done. So yeah, I'm just going to start off by sitting down in my little corner where I've got all of my stationery and planner supplies and just make a couple of lists. I've already done some shipping this morning. I had a meeting online that I got out of the way, and I'm just trying to figure out what to do for Camden for his birthday tonight. It's kind of a casual night. We'll celebrate his birthday a little bit more probably on Friday or Saturday, but I still want to make him something nice for dinner and maybe make him some brownies. I know those are his favorite. I've placed a grocery order online to go and pick up later this afternoon. I've got shipping to drop off. So I'm just having a regular day around here where I'm trying to get work done in the studio, do things around the house at the same time, and just plan for a really nice meal for Camden's birthday tonight. I was flipping through a few cookbooks this morning and thinking about my favorite brownie recipes so that I could choose one and just get ready to make it this afternoon for Camden. I think my absolute favorite brownie recipe and brownie to eat is the outrageous brownie recipe from the Barefoot Contessa. That is one crazy recipe, but it is so good. It uses a cookie sheet, so it makes a massive amount of brownies. And it also uses a huge amount of chocolate, 2 different kinds, I think, and sugar, and a whole pound of butter. So it's a pretty serious recipe. I don't think that's the one I want to make today, but it's definitely one of the best ones I have ever had. I also really like, for a quick and delicious brownie, the Dory Greenspan. I think it's a chocolate cinnamon brownie. I have it printed off from her website from years ago. It's a really nice recipe if you just want to make something kind of last minute. It's easy to throw together and they are really delicious. Then I thought about my favorite brownie to eat, and it is this chocolate orange brownie. I love anything chocolate orange, and I really love this book. It's from the Rachel Allen Home Baking Cookbook. I love her. I love all of her books. I love the photography in this book. I love that the pages are kind of matte and beautiful. Oh my gosh. This is a delicious recipe. I've made it a couple of times, and I'm pretty sure I have a bar of the chocolate that you need for this recipe. Is it this one? Maybe it's not actually. Maybe there's another chocolate orange brownie I've made, because I think I had to buy a chocolate orange chocolate bar for it, and I have that in the pantry. So I'm gonna search for the other recipe as well. I don't know, but this is a really good one. And then I pulled out this book as well, which is another favorite. I've had it for over a year and I really love it. I've been trying quite a few different recipes from it. It's the Cake and Loaf Cookbook from Nikki Miller and Joce Rutherham. They had a bakery in Hamilton, Ontario. I think they've closed it down. I'm not too sure. But I haven't tried this, and it looks quite good. The classic fudge brownies just looks like a really traditional brownie. And I don't usually do brownies with a ganache topping. That might be nice. So this is another option. We will see. I also pulled out my Nigel Slater, The Christmas Chronicles the other day, and I've just been enjoying flipping through it in the morning, just not so much for the recipes yet, but the little bits in between. I love picking up this book and looking at it and going to the date that we're on, and just, I don't know, I really love it. It's a beautiful book my friend Eric gave me. So I've been enjoying that. And this is the other Advent sock that I pulled out the other day. I didn't realize I had another one to finish. It is living in my new teal bunny bag. I am actually going to be restocking the cardinal red and the teal bunny bags and a few other bags in those colors very soon. I've been working on that. But these are really beautiful, and I've got quite a lot done on them. I don't know which year this is, but I have both socks started. I've got the heel put into one, and I think I just kept going because knitting around and around was easy to keep up with, but I kind of stalled on the heel flap on the second one. So I think I'd like to finish this one. See, I always feel like I do this. I feel like I start enjoying knitting on a pair of socks. Then I start to pull out all of the other whips that I would like to finish because I'm in this sock mode, but then it kind of slows me down because I really want to keep up with my current Advent socks. That is the goal. But then all of these other socks I keep pulling out are just distractions. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I am going with these right now, but I don't know. I do like taking them out and having a look at them at this time of year because they're so beautiful. I did put in a cuff and heel flap with a glitter base, and it's just undyed, and I think it's really pretty on this pair. And I've got this gorgeous peppermint bark progress keeper. I think this is from the Knitting Gnome, or the Gnome Knitter, sorry. The Gnome Knitter. She has some of my favorite charms. Her shop is not open at the moment, but I've been on the hunt for some new progress keepers. I actually went on a hunt for an Empire Biscuit progress keeper. I don't know why. I could not find one anywhere. I would love to find one. It is a cookie that I love. My mother-in-law makes, and she's given me her recipe for them. I make them every year. I'd really like to find a progress keeper with one with the little, it's like a sandwich cookie with raspberry jam in the middle, and you put icing sugar on the top and a little cherry. So if anyone has ever seen an Empire Biscuit charm, I would love for you to share because I would buy one in a heartbeat. So that's just another sock whip that I dug out from a bin, and it's taking up some headspace, but I also love it in this bag. So I'm just kind of keeping all of them nearby. So if I get into sock knitting mode and I want to kind of spread myself around, maybe watch movies and keep knitting on some socks, I definitely have a couple that I can continue to pick up and knit throughout the month. I've been tidying up my studio a little bit today, and I'm pretty sure this is going to have to be a multi-day task because I have quite a few corners and piles to deal with to declutter, to just kind of organize and get my room ready for a fresh new year. But I did start in this corner. This is the little desk that I use for all of my planning and journaling, although I haven't really been journaling very much this year. But I decluttered this area and got it ready to set up my fresh week in my planner. This is my Hobonichi cousin in the A5 size, and I absolutely love it. I've been using this for years. This is the full year in one book, which can get quite thick, but I have reordered the Hobonichi cousin avec for next year, which is the one where it is split into 2 books, so 6 months in each book. I think that's going to be a little bit better for me. I love this cover. It's from Hobonichi. It's really pretty, but I think I need to swap out to one of my other ones for the winter. I just kept it in this one because I loved it so much, but it's kind of a summery feeling cover to me. This is, I believe it's a Liberty of London. Maybe it's Poppies. I can't remember. So this is my planner. I just started to decorate for the week by sectioning off a few parts, putting a couple stamps down, a couple of stickers, and just kind of the bones of the week so far. So I sectioned off the top. This is where I like to write down if I manage to get onto the treadmill that day. I use a narrow washi tape at the bottom. I really love the narrow ones for this section. And down here, I like to jot down our meal plan for the week, whatever dinners we end up having. Haven't gotten that far just yet. I put a couple of stamps down just to start. Our appointments are in here. I've got a couple things for today. And in this section, I really like to highlight what my priorities are for the week. So I have this week, and I will jot down at least 3 main things that I want to get done this week, sometimes more. And if they don't get done, I just carry them over to the next week. And then at the bottom, I like to put waiting for and anything that I've ordered that I am still waiting to arrive. So I can track it, I can keep on top of it. That's basically it. In weeks past, you can see I do a little bit more decorating. I use more stickers, and sometimes I don't. So it just depends how busy I am that week, what's going on. But I've really enjoyed having less rules with my planner and not having so much pressure to make it beautiful, and it's a lot more functional for me this year, and I love that. So it's probably how I will continue to use it for next year. I am excited to set up a new book. I always love starting all of the new planners. I did also get a Hobonichi Weeks for next year. I kind of stopped using mine this year, but I really like that as a work planner, so I'm trying that again. The daily pages in here, at the beginning of the year, I was really using it and loving it. I would just slap in things that came in packages in the mail. Sometimes there were some photos, some to-do lists. I really liked using them, but I took a bit of a break from that. And I kind of went to a notebook system. I went through a few months of not really feeling like planning or journaling anything. And to get back on track, I just grabbed a brand new notebook. This one is from Appointed. It's like a linen kind of cover with, it's ring bound, and it has grid paper on one side, and then the other side is blank, and you can rip out the pages too. They're all perforated. I actually have these in my shop, so I just grabbed one from my shelf and decided to use it kind of the way my mom always had a notebook growing up. She didn't use it daily or as often as I do because I'm putting a lot of work stuff in here. but she always had a beautiful hard-covered notebook and her special pen, and she would just make lists in it and notes. If she was having like a special dinner, she would have her menu and whatever notes she needed in there for it. I know she always did it for Christmas, and I have a Christmas notebook inspired by her as well. But I just really wanted to get back on track with getting myself organized again, because I kind of went off the rails this past year and I needed to rein everything back in. There might be some pages in here that are kind of personal, so I'm going to have to be careful. But when I started it, I started off in October and I just started to make a list of all of the things that I needed to order for production in my shop, for holiday bags. I was really low on a lot of materials, and so I just started to jot everything down that I needed and highlight it when it was ordered. So I've got just scrappy notes in here. I've got more detailed notes. And then I started to get into the system of making these to-do lists. And I really like using colored markers and making them somewhat pretty. I just grab a Tombow marker from my little box over here. I love these. You can get them at Michael's or, I don't know, so many different art stores. They are the dual-ended brush pens or brush markers. And I just create a heading or write down the day of the week and start listing off the things I need to do. So there's lots of stuff in here, lots of lists being made, and then I even have some separate sections. I've got a section for ideas for Vlogmas or for Patreon, and I've got another section here on something I was doing with James. So this is kind of like everything that's floating around in my brain down on paper, and it has really helped me get back on track. I am thinking that when I start the new year, I might just try to start doing those daily pages again and putting the lists in there. I think if the notebook is a lot smaller, because this one was just getting really chunky, then it would be easier to use them more as like working pages. And one of the things I really liked doing was even doing these, like take a whole page and do a meal plan for the week. I had another spread that I was doing and I really liked it, where I would list off here. I would list off the priorities as work, home, personal, and that was really helpful too. So I don't know. I really like having this kind of system to just swatch things or take notes from a podcast and that kind of thing, and then just sort of use the pages a little more loosely rather than sticking to the dates and making sure you journal each day. I think I'm in a phase where that is just not working for me. There's just been too much going on and other things that I've been prioritizing over journaling. I think I'll get back to it. I always kind of come and go with different hobbies and things. I know my knitting is like that, my journaling is like that, but this notebook has been a game changer for me and I really love having it. I always know where it is. It's always close at hand, so I can just make a new list. And as soon as I do, I feel like it's just so much easier to accomplish things when you put them down on paper. So that is what I did this morning. I will tackle the rest of the room bit by bit in the next few weeks. And then hopefully my studio will be in tip-top shape for January. I'm in the garage. I'm just putting a couple things away in the freezer, which is right here. And I wanted to share them because I've recently seen a couple of TikToks where Canadians are sharing President's Choice dupes for Trader Joe's food. President's Choice is like a no-name brand, but it's really not. from Loblaws, Superstore, Real Canadian Superstore, No Frills. They all carry President's Choice label. And when I picked up my groceries today online, I was searching for some of the items that I had seen in a few TikToks, and I wanted to share them because they look quite interesting. And one of them, at least, is definitely a dupe for a Trader Joe's item. So I'm gonna share. Okay, this is my deep freeze. This is the item that I think is an exact dupe for something at Trader Joe's. It's called Smokin' Stampede corn ribs. They look really good. I also bought the pain au chocolat, which I think will just pop in the oven. I picked up the breaded coconut shrimp, and these two look very interesting to me. They are cookie dough ice cream bites. I got the vanilla chocolate chip and the triple chocolate. I also ran out of time this afternoon because my mother-in-law stopped by to drop off a gift for Camden along with some home-baked treats. Then I did my shipping and I did groceries, and I'm feeling kind of tired. So I'm kind of thinking that I don't really have time to bake brownies or anything. So I ran into the store, I picked up a really cute tiramisu cake. I also picked up some brownies, some vanilla ice cream, and I just figured we could make our own dessert tonight, and on the weekend I will bake Camden whatever he wants. And I am also considering taking him out for his birthday dinner tonight because, I don't know, I'm putting groceries away. I'm kind of looking at the mess in the kitchen and I don't really feel like cooking. So I'm gonna see what Camden wants to do and then we'll go from there.